Jacob Markstrom improves to 11-10-1 on the season as he backstops the Devils to a 5-2 victory. And you could point fingers at a lot of guys and said, you played a key role, you played a key role, you played a key role. He certainly did. He got offensive support. And considering the last time we saw him in goal was that game against the Islanders where the Devils were embarrassed 9-0. He came back strong.
I kind of forgot that. I'm trying to. But no, and I know he was, and he has now. Good for him that he doesn't look back, but at least this game, you know, what you do, Matt, as a goalie, you sit around, and not a lot of time, but you say, okay, there was a pretty good save. That was a good chance. Yeah, I'm glad I got my blocker out on that one or got my glove or I didn't give a rebound on that shot. So you analyze a little bit, but mostly it's just move on, and I got to do the same thing the next time I'm between the pipes.
Yep, and that will come up sometime this week, whether it's Wednesday or Saturday. But he'll be back soon enough as the Devils get ready for Seattle on Wednesday and Carolina on Saturday, both at home. Let's check out some highlights of tonight's game. There were early opportunities for Minnesota. They missed them. I mean, literally, not only missed their chances, they missed open nets. They didn't put the puck close to on goal. When they finally did get a shot on goal, it came from Quinn Hughes. Quinn skates behind the net, steps out far circle, to the top of the circle, out high to Faber, risks one near side, a centering pass blocked away by Glendening. It's taken by Hughes, shot saved to a crowd made by Markstrom. And Jacob Markstrom keeping the puck out of the net for the most part tonight, and Minnesota will rue the opportunities they had.
Oh, yeah, and it affected them after the first 5 minutes. They had great chances. Devils started to establish themselves, and then they think back, oh, we could have had a big edge if we had scored there.
But they did not, and we remained scoreless, and the Devils started to tighten up a little bit, started to use their speed. They outshot Minnesota 9-6 in the first, and they jumped out in front halfway through the period. Hischier takes it away, skates behind the net, plays it in front, they score! Dawson Mercer on the first shot for the Devils of the game gives them the 1-0 lead. Well, unlike the game against the Islanders where they gave up a goal on the first shot, the Devils decided to score on their first shot.
Yeah, and you weren't sure when it was going to come, how it was going to come. They win the battle in the left post if you're looking at a left corner, if you're looking at the goal, and then Hischier takes it behind the net, and Quinn Hughes is going to try to defend against the pass out, but there's about a 6-7 inch opening between his skates, and that's right where Hischier lays it right on the stick of Mercer, who then can't shoot it on the ice. He got it up a little bit, and it went through the goalie's legs into the net.
Devils lead 1-0 at 10:07. Hischier with the only assist on Mercer's 12th goal of the season. Matt Boldy came into the game with 27 goals, third in the National Hockey League. He sent one wide on a good scoring chance, and so it was still 1-0 going into the second. Oh, he had a chance early in the second, too. Here's a chance now, low save, rebound off the side of the net. Hartman was stopped, and Boldy put it off the side of the goal. I don't know if Markstrom got a piece of that. Upon further review, he did not. He got the first one from Hartman. It was Boldy sending it off the side of the net. He missed the target 4 times tonight. He had 3 blocks, just 1 shot on goal for one of the league's leading scorers.
Well, he wasn't good tonight. Kaprizov, you hardly mentioned him. You know, those guys are musts for the Wild to win most nights. And tonight, they just, for one reason or another, didn't have the game that they were hoping to.
So, as the period rolls on, it was mostly controlled by the Devils, but there were times when Minnesota had great scoring opportunities, and none better than this by Vladimir Tarasenko. Faber goes cross-ice, now in deep in the chance, save, rebound, kicked out again. Minnesota with it, Foligno gives it all on. Missing it was Vladimir Tarasenko. It was wide open. Now Quinn Hughes with the shot, he misses the target. Scramble City, so many good opportunities, some great saves. And indeed, great saves by our guest, Jacob Markstrom, who joins us outside the Devils dressing room, and also some good fortune as Tarasenko missed an open net on a pass cross ice. Jacob, Matt, and Chico, thanks very much for joining us. How satisfying is tonight for you personally and for the team?
Yeah, as a goalie, good fortune to deserve those bounces. It's been bouncing a lot the other way, so I wouldn't call it good fortune. I would call it earned, an earned bounce.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Jake, you were aggressive tonight. You were moving well. Like, did you like when a goalie goes out there? Are you just feeling it like, hey, I can feel it tonight. I got it going. And I know you want to do that every night, but tonight you really look zoned in.
No, it's kind of the same feeling I had for a month or so now. So it's just keep building on the same feeling, and you're gonna have games where you're not as successful, and the game doesn't go your way, and you're having an off night, and you just gotta keep building. And I've been around for a few years now, and it's I had bad games, and I'm gonna have. Unfortunately, it's going to come more bad games in the future, but, hopefully keep them to one, and then you got to bounce. It's how you bounce back after them.
Yeah, you've been around, what, 3 or 4 years? Anyway, Jake, I'm just curious, and the fans, we're doing it for the fans. I've played with goalies who are very quiet. You are very aggressive, and you make a lot of noise. You do your speaking on the ice. But in the locker room now through this difficult time, do you voice your opinion? Is there any time, or you just want to say something off the top, just motivate, or are you just kind of quiet?
No, I think we have half the group, I think, has been very vocal throughout this little, bad stretch here. But, it's, you can do as much talking as you want in the room. It's about, effort. And, today I'm, super impressed with, how everyone played for 60 minutes. Guys were blocking shots with, sacrifices their body and clearing out rebounds. So it's very impressive win. And, when you play a game like this for 60 minutes and, do the little things right, and you just chip away, and then, in the third period you get result and you get goal scoring, and, Brader scores a few, Pally with a couple of huge goals. So it's, just doing the right things and wait for the opponent to crack. And I think that was a good recipe today, and, something we got to do more of.
Well, certainly you hope that it continues on Wednesday against Seattle. And I was going to ask you, so what was the difference? What was the difference between getting that goal from Palat late in the second period, not making it 1-1, but taking it 2-1 into the third, and then not allowing any bad breaks really to affect the team?
Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously a game of momentum, and they had a strong second period, but. Like you said, the last shift in the second period of it's not just a goal, it's the forecheck, and they turn it over and they're tired, and it's a lot easier to play against tired players than fresh players. So obviously huge goal, but it's kind of the process that led to the goal, and the first few, and like we've seen the last few games, even in Winnipeg too. You gotta drive to the net, and it's gonna hit your skates, it's gonna hit your leg, and that's how most of the goals are scored.
Isn't that the truth? And you were helping everywhere. We were chuckling when Siegenthaler got fouled. You used your stick to try to get him a little more momentum going to the bench.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't envy those guys. I got a lot of gear on me, and they block a lot of shots. So if someone looks a little slow and hurting, I try to do what I can to get them off the ice.
Well, 19 block shots for the Devils tonight. Jacob, congratulations on your performance and the team's performance, and that's a great way to head back home.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks, Marky.
Jacob Markstrom, who I wasn't going to ask him, but does he have a leg up now for starting for Sweden?
I was good. There were a couple more. You know what? I wanted to ask him 2 things, but I said no. I wanted to say, when your career's done, like I wanted to say to him, listen, when you were going, like you were down 5, 6, 7, nothing against, just as fun against the Islanders, you didn't get pulled. That's okay. One day you'll sit back and laugh. But Like, did you just say, okay, this is this kind of night, I'm just going to keep going? I would have loved to heard what was going on rattling around in that brain of his, because you know how intense he is, Matty.
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't sit well with him.
No, and he had to sit on it for a while, too, right?
Yes, yes. So I just, on a night where they're winning, you don't want to bring those things up.
No, because you want him to still talk to you.
Yeah, the next time we ask him to come on to the postgame, I want him to say yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the Devils and Minnesota were tied at 1 as Ryan Hartman scored at 13:41 after a shift that was almost 2 minutes long, and the Devils just pinned in their own end, and you could see it coming, and he did score on a tip, and it was a 1-1 game. But the Devils decided, you know what? We are going to play it to the end, as you have to. And as you heard Jacob Markstrom say, the forecheck leads to a turnover. Got a little bit of a tired team out there. And the Devils, well, this is the play of the game brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner. Now Heischer behind the net with 10 to go. They step out in front, centering pass, they score! And it's Andre Palat making it 2-1. The goal came at 19:52. Palat's third of the season, first in 20 games. We mentioned it during the course of the game. His lowest time on ice occurred yesterday in Winnipeg. He comes off of that, and they say, oh, by the way, your second line left winger didn't go Heischer, so go do something. And he did more than just something.
Well, he's behind the net, and this is what I wanted Nico to say. And this is where players have to be aware. Nico did. I got the puck behind the net. So he's looking at him. He's going to come out from behind the net on the left side, and Palat's going to come out from behind the net on the right side. So when Nico gets out there, he had a lot of time, but he also knew I'm in tight. I got the backhand. I don't have a lot of room to score. I'm going to throw it back door. And there were a couple of while there battling as well. But, Matty, we talked about you're not tired when you've got the puck and things are going well. When you see the puck in the crease, you become Superman. And that's kind of what Andre Palat did there. He had a battle to get his stick before the Wild player got to it, and he did, and he just slammed it home.
And the Devils had the 2-1 lead after 2 periods of play. So into period number 3 we would go, and the Devils just broke it open. A tight game became a bit of a runaway, and it started at 7:28. Quick pass by Zuccarello comes into the Devils' end. Here's Dougie Hamilton. Nice bank pass as the Devils come across. Hamilton in front, sweeps it, they score! It was Jack Hughes to Hamilton who finds Jesper Bratt. What a pretty looking play, and the Devils lead 3-1. Oh, it was a gorgeous looking one, Mr. Esch.
It was pretty, and the thing though also, Matty, was it effective?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the two things you want to see. Pretty and effective.
21 seconds later, we saw pretty and effective again. We saw it again. Jesper Bratt made it 2 for 2. Jack Hughes picking up the secondary assist on the Devils' third goal. He's got the puck now, whips one, but it's blocked by Spurgeon. Now it's on the glass from Jack. Glass to the blue line. Dillon comes cross ice for Hamilton with her shot. They score! It's tipped home. Back-to-back goals by Jesper Bratt, and it is 4-1. You love it when you're hearing the goal being announced and you score another goal.
Yeah.
21 seconds apart. That's the second fastest time in franchise history that 2 goals were scored by a player in a single game. Follow bouncing ball. Nico Heischer scored 2 goals 10 seconds apart on October 19th of 2024, and Bratt scores goals 21 seconds apart at 7:28 and 7:49, and the Devils were on their way. They would close the scoring. Andre Palat is second of the night at 9:39, so 3 goals in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Marcus Foligno, a power play goal, very, very late for the final score, 5-2. Here's what Jesper Bratt had to say, speaking with our Amanda Stein.
You guys have been a team who have been in a rut. It's been difficult, but to put up a performance like this, not just a win, but a decisive one where I think you might say that you guys were playing your game all the way through. Just give me a sense of like the feeling after a game like this.
I think the mentality in the room was just kind of to play defensively first, make sure that we're on the right side. We're playing a team, played a team tonight that, especially that top line with the D pair, are really moving and creating a lot of stuff. And I think we were just so committed to the defensive part of the game to keep them on the outside. That when you play that way, you get some line rushes, you get some more O zones, and I think the forecheck was kind of where was kind of the difference maker today. I think starting off with that Nico's line with Pally, just being extremely tenacious on the forecheck, winning pucks back, playing against tired guys, all of this stuff that we have talked about, the games when we maybe didn't get rewarded and didn't win those games, I think all of that kind of fell into place a little bit today, and then with Marky playing the way he did, and that just was a good recipe for us.
Nothing was by chance, obviously, when you're scoring those goals, but did it just feel good that those opportunities went in? Because we've talked so much over the last couple of weeks, whereas maybe on the other side of the ice, they missed a few empty, like it's almost like the reverse of what's been happening to you guys.
Yeah, no, I think that also happens because we've been a competitive group that's been working hard at it. We haven't been a group that was just hoping for something to happen. I think we've been working on it, and then all of a sudden things started falling in your place, and now it's just going to be for us to make this 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, make this kind of the standard of how we want to play, and then we're going to win more games than lose. So I think today was a good step in the right direction for us to realize that when we're playing this way defensively and on our forecheck, we're getting a lot more looks.
It's so interesting that you keep mentioning that defensive side of the game because we know how valuable it is, but we know how much firepower you guys have. It seems that really is at the core of what you guys really need to do here.
Yeah, because I think that's kind of when you get other teams to try a little harder. They maybe force a couple more plays, and all of a sudden you get line rushes, and all of a sudden just by being on the right side. I think that's kind of what's been hurting us in the past, that we have been the team that's just been trying and forcing and maybe making plays that we maybe always shouldn't have done, and then it's cost us the game by going the other way. So I think today we just really flipped the script. We brought some swag into the game, and I think that's kind of what became the difference maker.
I know how valuable and respected Pally is, and I see the smile about to crack on your face there, but to see him get those 2 goals, what does that do overall for, not just him, but for the group who just has so much admiration for a player like him, and it's been tough for him.
Yeah, he's such a respected player in the room. I think as soon as you talk about Pally for anyone in the room that's been being around him every day, just has so much respect for him. The work that he put in, the type of person and human he is off the ice, and how much he really wants to win and be a difference maker. The game today, he gets to be playing a little more, gets to play with Nico, he can make plays. He's so hard on the forecheck, winning pucks back, and for him to be rewarded with 2 goals was just great. I think the whole bench was just reacting extremely happy for him. So it was great to see, and he really brought a lot of energy and happiness to the team.
Today.
And that is Jesper Bratt. And, there are a lot of popular guys in that room, but Andre Palat, because of his work ethic, his professionalism, his approach to the game, he's among the most popular.
Yeah, he is what he is, and he's trying every game. But tonight, the puck came where he was, and he rammed her home.
Yeah, and there were smiles on his face throughout the course of the night, particularly when he made it 2-1 at the end of the second period. He had this to say to Amanda Stein after the game.
Has been working really hard to dig yourselves out of, that rut that you guys were in. A performance like this where you continue to build on the lead, what does this type of win mean for this group as a first step?
Yeah, it's huge. We had tough times, last couple of weeks, and sometimes we get out of it easily, sometimes not, and that's what this league is all about. It's not easy league to win. We just need to, keep building. I thought, the Winnipeg game we play better, and this game was very important to us. They're contenders. Great team, and we came here. We play as we should. We play 60 minutes a hard game. Defensively, responsible, and we saw the results. From good defense, all of a sudden we are getting chances. We are scoring 5 goals. So just this group has to just understand that good defense is more important than cheating for offense.
And for you yourself, it hasn't been easy scoring goals this season, but to get those two, I mean, you could see that first one that you scored, just the elation on your face. I mean, what does that mean to you to sort of contribute in that way to this group?
Yeah, I mean, season for me offensively, struggling to scoring goals. So this one is nice to get on board, help the team finally a little bit. That's it.
And for you, just sort of that third period in particular, the way you guys were able to build on that lead, because I think that's something that over the last couple of weeks has been the hardest part when you do have that lead. I mean, what sort of went into that mentality that shifted things in the third from past games?
I mean, just we talk about it. Keep playing the way we played the first 2 periods, and keep the pressure, play in their own zone, and make them make mistakes, and that's what we did. But now it's the most important to how we gonna come on next game. Like this, if we're not gonna be ready next game, this doesn't mean anything.
Thanks, Pally. Appreciate it.
Truer words have not been spoken. That last comment by Andre Plot. It's feel good for now. The boys will feel good flying home. Tomorrow is a day off. There'll be a morning skate on Wednesday, but Wednesday night there'll be another grade given out.
Oh, absolutely, every night. But here's what I got to tell you that you kind of got wrong. You didn't like Grand Casino, where we're playing. But remember, somebody played Grand Casino. And remember they couldn't buy a goal?
Yeah.
The Devils? Well, tonight they bought 5.
Yep.
And that was because someone went to Grand Casino and scored big. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Anybody I know?
No, I'm not crazy about the name either, but as long as the Devils win, call this arena whatever you want.
Yep. Devils win tonight by a score of 5-2. They now have 48 points. It puts them 4 points out of a playoff spot, 4 points behind Washington and Buffalo. Buffalo has the first wild card. Washington has the second wild card in the East. And oh, by the way, it also puts them 4 points behind third place Philadelphia in the Metropolitan Division. I chuckle when I say it because as much as the Devils have struggled the last 10 days, and really going back a while, it's not been easy for the Devils.
But those other teams have struggled too.
They're
Look at
knocking on
Philly.
the door. Knocking on
Look
the
at
door.
Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, every team has gone through struggles, but then we've also said when you start winning, put some wins together.
That's going to be the key. Can they do
Yes.
this on Wednesday against Seattle? By the way, we will not be able to bring you Sheldon Keefe's post-game news conference, but we do invite you to check out our social media channels and, of course, go to NewJerseyDevils.com, and you'll be able to hear what he had to say. A happy recap for Sheldon Keefe.
Yes.
And so the Devils back in action on Wednesday. That's a game you'll hear right here on the Devils Hockey Network.